So hi guys, I actually tried making a video on my laptop and suddenly halfway through my battery died. So unfortunately, I couldn't finish up with the video. I prepared a small thing on like a small presentation as well on how the consultation guide would happen if you would like to get more consultation from me, as in the whole process of what I will be offering to anybody who is willing to take consultation from me. So anyhow, since all three of you who requested more information and interested and showed your interest on trading forex and options, so I have Anuttara, Ashan and Hikam. So all three of you I've known personally, and I guess for two of you guys have business background, as well as Hikam would have more advantage as well, because you studied international business with myself, so I'm pretty sure you have more idea about currencies as well. And it doesn't matter if you do not have a prior background, you can still learn. There's a lot of reading you can do, and I can suggest you some books as well as some reading material. So without going further ado, I will begin the small introductionary video on how to trade using IQ option for forex trading as well as options trading. Well, for the past 1.5 years, I've been using IQ options as my trading platform. For any of you, you can use any other trading platform. If you are familiar with anything else, you can just Google for trading platforms. There's number of trading platforms online as well as mobile apps. So just Google for them, and I will not go step by step on how to install this application and how to get verified and starting your own account, which also you can go to Google and YouTube and just Google it. And Google it, so you will get the and so you will get the steps on how to download it and setting up your account and so forth. So I suggest you to start with a practice account rather than a real account where you deposit money and start, because all three of you are beginners as you told me. So my suggestion is like, you can go through with me until you find confident enough to deposit your own money and start trading. And in this trading scene, like there's high risks involved, so I'm not responsible for the money that you invest and you lose or you win. So roughly what I can say is, if you know the basics of forex with some insights on trends, reading news, as well as some what do you call, these is economic information, like for an example factors which affect exchange rate, because forex is highly correlated with the exchange rates, and it's about trading two currencies of two nations. So with these insights, there's uh, there is way a way in which you can make money. And when it comes to options, I have to say this at first: options is very high risk, because like predicting market trend is very hard. If like even when you know, if you are a intermediate or a expert or a advanced trader, they can also go wrong, but there are strategies to cover up from your losses, or different types of approaches and things. So I will talk to you about them later, as well as like as I told you, I made a PowerPoint presentation which I will send the video of that tomorrow, explaining to you guys how this consultation will work, so you will understand the whole picture of trading. Like what do you need to become, like what are the information you need to become at least a intermediate level trader, where you can make real money, like proper returns on your money invested. So to begin with, like when you open up your IQ option account, create your account and open up the app, this will be how it will initially look like. This is chart will be like, you know, six like going up, and it's more like a ECG like thing. So basically pro traders or advanced traders, they actually change these things to give more insight. So I will be starting by changing the chart. So I will go here, and from here I will use the chart type to candles, and they will by default give these two colors. You can customize that according to your requirements, and you know, you can go with 10 seconds or 5 seconds, 1 seconds, like you can just click on the 10-second, because when you zoom in it will automatically readjust. So so I turn into the chart type into candle bars. So why I did this, like to explain you with my first video, like I said, like when it comes to options, the key thing when it comes to options is to identify the trend. Like to identify the trend, there are many things, like the trend, it's based on many different different things. You can identify the trend, and one of them is like through the chart with the candle bars. Like I will explain it to you right now. So basically, now starting from this point, from if we think from this point until up to this point, okay. So if you look at the time frame which is shown from the bottom, so now it's 11:30, and right now if you want to look at for a 1 hour period of time, I will zoom out. So now it shows from 22:30 to 23:30. That is exactly 1 hour time period. The time periods are very important because the fluctuations occur every 30 minutes, every 15 minutes. Like, it depends from currency to currency, from currency to currency. So I can, like, throughout the course I will guide you with my expert knowledge, and I'm focused on trading mainly 5 different currencies. So in these currencies only, like, because I keep a close watch on them daily, and like, the way, so forth and so forth. So since you are a beginner, you can start with perhaps one. So I can suggest you uh, any currency, like whatever you like whatever you are familiar. It's really good if you can start with something that you are very familiar with. Like, if you are familiar with the pound, dollar, euro dollar, Aussie dollar, Swiss franc, or whatever it is more familiar to you. So coming back to the trend, so now from 10:30 to 11:30, you see, it has, from 10:30 it has started to go up, and then from this point, which is, the time is 22:48, that is 10:48, to right now, the fluctuation, or also known as the volatility is not that much. It's like, it's going up, down, and it's more or less like at a constant. So, but as then you have, like, count, like, one thing to find the trend is to count the number, like, from like, averagely count the number of green bars to, like, the red bars, where before any change, like, when we start from the time period of 10:30, you see, starting, it's a red bar. Okay, you see here, wait, here, that's a red bar. So from here, there's one, and then again a red bar, and then you see 2 green bars. So now you see, it's like one, and then two green bars. So now this indicates, 2 green bars indicates rising, like, it's a upward. Green means up, red means downward. So this shows a increase, and then now twice again, the pattern is, it goes 2 up, it goes one up, one down. So sorry, one down, one up, one down, 2 up, and then 2 down, and see the pattern. And here there's a major increment, that is like change of the pattern to 2, and then down, then 2 here, with huge spikes. Like, see that there are taller candles. A taller candle means change in trend. So initially, what, looking at this from 10:30 to 11:30, it's a clear upward trend. Comparing the number of candles, counting the number of candles, if you count total number of candles from 10 to 11, now if you just as a bigger picture, you can see number of green candles compared to the red candles. The green candles are more, so that means a upward trend. And then even the red candles, they are not very tall. So like, compared to the green candles, so this indicates a upward trend. So however, when it comes to currencies, like, as I told you, it changed, the volatility changed, the the pattern going up and down changes to every 15 minutes, every half an hour, every hour. So like it is fluctuating, yeah. So as long as this there's an exception to this. For an example, later when you go to the intermediate stage, you will learn about this. When you have a market information, like I can give you an example right now. When you click this tab here, yeah, market analysis, and you go for Forex, and for the moment, if you check, I think on the 11th of August, yes, on the 11th of August, there's going to be at 6 o'clock, yeah, inflation rate, co-inflation rate YOY, which means co-inflation rate year on year, or inflation rate YOY. So this is one of the major factor that affects the exchange rate, as I told you. So exchange rate, I will explain to you in detail all these when if you wish to get consultation and moving forward. And in my PowerPoint presentation, I will mention how these things are working. So anyhow, like in this situation, like on the 11th of August, on the 11th of August at 6 p.m. So you see 18 p.m. At this time, any currency that has USD, that is home, like you, for an example, GBP/USD. GBP is the foreign currency, USD is the home currency. So if you, when with the market analysis, like with a thing like this, the trend will be going for at least 1 hour period of time, like that's very strong. And there are some indicators like this, like the inflation, and when other things are taken into consideration, the trend will last for days. That means like when you look at the bigger picture, like if I show you like this, now I have only taken it for 1 hour period of time. Like now in this situation, I have taken a week's time. Like you click 1 week here, so this is a week's time. You can see a downward trend. So with the given economic factors and all the things that affect the exchange rates, so it has shown a downward and it has been a downward trend for the last week. And with, if you had made a transaction here, I mean a trade here, you could have made at least like with a suppose with a $100 investment, you could have made at least like $500 right now. So because this is a major change, I will explain you much further. So since this is a basic I mean a video for starting how to trade, so as I told you, open up a practice account, get familiar with the currencies, and get familiar with the platform, and then we can proceed. So uh, I will give you guys a boost at at a beginner stage by giving you some hints, because if you are using these indicators, you will learn better and you will be able to trade like me. So there's a button right down where you see the time on the right corner bottom, and then there's the time period: 1 hour, 1 day, 2 day, 1 month, 3 month, 1 year, and then this is the chart with some candle bars shown in 30 showing 30-minute time frame, and the button next to that, it's called it's the indicators, where you this application IQ option provides us some indicators that we can use. They have pre made settings. We just have to click them, so they will automatically come, and I will explain how they work in detail later on. So just so that you can play around and know, I'll just briefly let you know. So, and the other button with a bell icon, it is to set up reminders, and the eye icon is for more information regarding, for an example, if you click that, you get the information on the GBP USD asset, where you can see the trader's sentiment as well. This is you have to be careful as an expert trader. I mean, as a advanced trader, I would like to say that you cannot 100%, I mean, totally rely on the trader's sentiment. I rely on the trader sentiment around 10%, like, but like I mean, I put my confidence more on the market trends according to my analysis, and I do not follow what other traders talk about, because some people, they bullshit, and they have no idea what they are doing. So always better to when it comes trading, be yourself, do your thing on your own. You can get information from news, from television, from financial news, from websites, internets. You can gather all the information, and when you are trading, you can it's best that you do it, you start doing it on your own. I mean, with a guide of a person would give you added advantage. You can give it a try. So with the information tab here, you can see, you can just meddle around with that. And then there's conditions when you start trading, like things that you have to know is like leverage. Here most of the things, the commission is free. The spread, which I will explain later. One of the important things is overnight funding. If you are putting this for a day or two, overnight funding is not that much. But if you are planning to trade for like a month's time or for a longer period of time, just you have to keep an eye on overnight funding. And in my opinion, when it comes to Forex and options as well, do not do any trade. Like, it's ideal, in my opinion, most idealistic, or the maximum amount of profit you can get is within 1 week. Like, because things in the stock market is fluctuating every day, so it's like going up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's very uncertain. So whenever, always stick to a time frame. I do it for a week. So within the week, like, see what's the how are the trends, which way it's going. So try to take the maximum, and at the end of the week, re-strategize, look how the, like, if you are wrong with the predictions, re-correct them, and then do that. So that way you are safe and you are doing a good job. All right. So coming back to indicators, so I go to indicator section, and I go to indicators. uh, um, Here you can find all indicators. There's a number of indicators. Awesome oscillator is also good. There are some videos, like when you're on this app, go to videos. You see video tutorial, watch all of this. You will get, before trading, you will get a idea of how to use this app. So study video tutorials. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you if you have anything complications on the videos. So when it comes to indicators, go to favorites. I have put into my favorites Bollinger Bands. Just I have set up, your setups will be also the same, as I have kept it to default. The period 14, deviation 2.0. I'll explain. This is maths, like if you have done banking and finance, you must be probably familiar with all these things, or like mathematical subjects. So Bollinger Bands, and then MACD. So coming back to trend, so we were I was going with a 1 hour time period from 10:30 to 11:30. Yeah. So in this time period, see, with the help of Bollinger Bands, you can clearly see an upward trend. Now you see it's going up, and at the second, after the chart, with the new two graphical indicators that is given. The first one is Bollinger Bands percentage. You see green line and a red line, and the green line indicates highest amount of buy, red indicating highest amount of sell. This means, like, if the darker green line, you see, hits the upper green line, it is a point where the volatility or the change of at this point, there can be a change of direction. And then when it reached the red line, there can be a change in direction. So this indicates a change in direction, but you cannot 100% rely on that, because as I told you, there are other factors as well, economic, and with the presentation tomorrow you can understand that much better. And now with the other indicator, that is MACD, there are two lines. I will also explain that in further, so that you will feel light right now. So now you would understand, with the help of all these graphical indicators, that this clearly shows until from 10:30 to 11:30, it's a upward trend. So you got the idea. So now I will do a simple trade, so that you can see. Now this, when I zoom in, now you can see ask and bid with a dotted line. Like you see the chart, the current market price of the asset, that is 1.38751, and then there's a ask and a bid. So when you know about currencies, every currency has a bid rate and an ask rate. Bid and ask is this one, and this area is known as the spread. So you can see where the buy button and the sell button, the thing, there's a the spread is given, the spread is given there 2.6. When the spread is lower, you can take higher profits. And as I told you, timing, the time is important. So I'll talk about all these things after you start trading and so forth. So let's for in my opinion now, if we want to do a trade, the first thing I would look at is, now I want to do a trade for the next 5 minutes. Like I want to open up something and make a profit in the next 5 minutes. So what should I do? So I will zoom this and then try to look what the current trend for the last 15 minutes. So from now, the time is exactly 11:45. So from 11:30 I will analyze the trend. So we are looking at this now, again it's like starting to go down and up and then down, and now it's falling down again. So this means like from 12:30, when it reached 12:38, in 10 minutes there was a for the 10-minute time period, there had been a upward trend, and then from 38 it started to reduce, and then there's a correction over here, and then from this point, that is 11:40 until 44, there's a wait, it has gone up to here, so 45. So from here 40 to 45, so between 10 and 5 minutes there's a volatility. So take it as an average. So to find like every 7.5 minutes, think there's a change in direction. So now zoom out to the last 10 minutes. So 40 to 50. Now this is the last 10 minutes. Now we see clearly it's a downward trend, and look at the trader sentiment. Like you can use it from the options menu, or just the info menu right here. You can see the trader sentiment is 39 to sell and 61 to buy, but this is a downward trend at the moment, and we want to get the profit in the next 5 minutes. So in my opinion, this is a good time to sell actually. Like even though the trader sentiment says we should buy, but with the odds that's given now, that trend line has crossed with the Bollinger Bands below the, see now it's going up. Yes, it's going up. So we'll wait because waiting for the correct time is important always in options, or as well as it depends on if you want for a short-term period profit or a long-term period of profit. So with the current situation, let's see, I'll zoom in it more further. I think Okay, let's go with a buy. Since the trader sentiment says go with a buy, let's go with a buy. But rates are not increasing. I mean, the what do you call? Uh, the bid rate has to go up above the dotted green line for us to make a profit. So now it's still nothing. See, now the volatility is like zero. There's no change. That's why even the spread is high. So just wait for like 5 minutes and see if you have made a good choice in see I have in this time because I have set my default investment amount to 20,000. It has automatically gone to 20,000. When you open up the practice account, you will get $10,000. So I will advise you to start with maybe $10 or $100. So until you will learn, but in the practice account, whenever your account balance is less than $10,000, you can always top up. I because this is a demonstration and I forgot to mention, and I want to maximize this since this is my practice account. The maximum amount I can invest is 20,000 per time, and since I want to make the highest number, I have made that amount. So while that is going, I can show you, like, if you wish to invest $100, let's start with $10. The leverage is important. Like, higher the leverage, higher profit or loss. Okay, so now I have kept the leverage 200. If you put it to 1000, the change can bring you higher thing. And here there's a option called here the price is set at market. That means this real time. And if you want to I will teach about that later. Let's focus on now buying. Now see, I told you, according to our analysis, it's a downward trend. The trader sentiment said it's going to be an upward trend. So it's still falling down. It has been how many minutes since that we started? We started at 50 and now it's 54. So we have still not made any profit. So we can just let it go for a little longer while, because let's see, is it can we make any money out of this? If we can wait for another 10-20 minutes, since my video so since this is a demonstration, I will close it. This is how you close current asset and get your profit, like, close the deal, close your transaction. I mean, my internet connection is a little bit fucked up right now. Hopefully, come on, get your closer investment and get your money. So I'll close it at the moment. So I'm having a loss of $670. Hey, come on. That's okay. just a moment. Something happened, just let me refresh. GBP USD. Let's start again. Forex, GBP USD. So chart type 2 bars, candles, and get the indicators again. So let's try now. Now it has gone down. So there's a chance. The trader sentiment is 61% for a buy. So anyhow, maybe I can show you with this on another currency, because the volatility is not good. So let me go with the Aussie dollar, which is one of my favorite trading currencies. You can see the spread is too much, 11.4. Go with a lower spread right now. So let's see what could be the lowest. Okay, USD Japanese yen, sounds good. Alright, where's the volatility? It's also not that great. How about the Euro USD? Okay, let's go with the Australian dollar anyhow, because right now it's not a good time, because I actually don't trade after 9 o'clock. I will tell you why and what are the good times for trading and all for Forex. And it depends if there are news and so forth. So anyhow, going back to this, there's a huge spread, so I don't think we can make any profits right now doing a Forex. Rather, if you go for an option, we can make profit right now. So I will make this video end showing, because before we did a buy transaction, so we'll do a sell transaction, because when the spread is high, it will take a longer time to get profits. So there's actually no good point in trading right now. So yes, so I will end up this video. I hope this video finds all three of you well, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me. and I will get back to you on tomorrow with the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, have a nice day, guys. Nice evening. Bye bye.